Alright, welcome to the second episode of the F2Pain series where I narrate the gameplay, roast a bunch of NPCs, and add some clips from the livestream. Most importantly, I do all this without pulling money from my pocket. Previously, we ended off where Venti's getting smacked and kicked around as if he was the worst god ever. Oh wait! He kind of is. Day 8, just like how he ran away from his responsibility as a god, he ran away after getting his ass clapped. He tells us to continue our journey to Liyue, cause even if our sister was here in Mondstadt, these guys are useless. But before we continued on to the land of chance, I decided to challenge myself in the abyss, not because I hate myself, but because I wanted Xiangling, since it was obvious that she sacrificed her brain when she received her vision, meaning that her damage is pretty good.
Open sesame, abyss.
After the completion of the first floor, I did a single and this game told me to go myself by giving me the character that I was about to go grab. Some of you may say, Jay, it's a Constellation 1. Why are you whining? To that I say, shut the f up. I wanted other characters to have a complete team for the future abyss, and I'm kind of tired with the pyro units right now. Don't tell me what the f to do. Also, I don't have a footage anymore, but I got Constellation 1 Amber. Fuck me. Xiangling! Day 9. It was time to head to Liyue, but I've noticed that my stamina was non-existent. These guys can't run without the blessing of the drunk god and the poor god. So I decided to walk around the entire country to collect all of the animalcules, and it took me a very long time. It felt as if I was going through a polar sleep paralysis. My arms are playing the game, but my mind is saying, "Fuck." But it was a necessary sacrifice to survive against content.
Okay guys, we have maxed our statue. I am so tired. My legs are tired. My goodness. But we did it. Was this worth it? I think it was. It's gonna... Honestly, you know, it's really tiring right now. For me at least, but...
This is when I realized that I still had to collect the ones in Liyue. Me. Day 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Holy shit, it took so long. So what the heck happened there? Well, I was moving for a week. I played Genshin on my phone. My phone was having a seizure. It wasn't fun. So I just went through commissions and I grabbed 1 to 2 Geocules time to time. So after I moved in, I went through the whole polar sleep paralysis process again. My mind is screaming. Of course, we unlock a few chests for a generous amount of Primo Gems. Thank you, Mihoyo, sir. Finally, we've gathered all the 197 Dragon Balls, guaranteed to have enough stamina at any point in time to dodge.
I just got here and my stamina's gone already.
So I wasted my time for a few days, summoned a few times as well, and... Ah yes, the Geo Goddess has arrived, letting us be in her holy presence. I pulled the wits away from Mona Lisa, then I offered it to the Holy Goddess. At this point, you may be going, hey yo, what about Elisa, bro? I roamed around the world and used the goddess's abilities to detect any ores, mining the most refined crystals and most sturdy solids to combine it with the base frame of a novel. By that I mean I used Ningguang's metal detector and smashed a bunch of crystals and rocks to make a map of mare. At this point, our Moner was all in for reactions. But that wasn't enough. I grinded this dumb cube and used pesticides against this burning flower to strengthen our Moner and our Master Chef. I also grinded for weapon essential materials. Wait, hold on. What the fuck was that? What? I also grinded for weapon essential materials so they can make their enemies submit by moaning a bunch of times, or just let them experience Xiangling's brain logic, which was just a fire tornado that disintegrates them. I was now somewhat prepared for upcoming content. Unfortunately, I ranked up to AR25, so the world level went up. So now the content that I was preparing for was much more difficult. I also decided to drop by the Abyss for extra Primo Gems and Xiangling Constellation. Popped the second floor, the third floor almost popped, but we got Xiangling and some on the Ica banner, and somehow this game gave me C1 Ningguang. It was meant to be. Day 18, we finally begin the Liyue story quest. Ah yes, my favorite part of the video. Time to roast a bunch of things. So we head to the main gate of Liyue to activate this quest. Pretend that we just got here. Chapter 1, Act 1 of the Land amidst month. I couldn't finish reading it. We walk around to ask the locals about their country. This lady roasts Venti. This guy doesn't care about his god. This guy thinks we're gonna get lost when there's only one main path in the city that connects from top to bottom.
We will not get lost. This is not a big city, dude.
I move on to the Yujing Terrace and notice how the stupid press J to open the quest menu has been on the center of my screen this entire time. Nice! I talk to this guy, but I ignore him because there is someone way more important right behind us.
What happens if I just go and jump in? No! Okay, what about now? I'm Ningguang. What are you gonna do? You're f***ing fired. Get out of my face.
I switch into Ningguang to take a picture with Ningguang, but the so-called Tian Chuan's assistant tells the Tian Chuan to go away. Then we move on to the next wishing Majiggy and pray that I don't lose a 50-50 on my next summon. On our way there, Ningguang displays a beautiful dive. Just wanted to mention that. The rite of descension begins with this beautiful cutscene performed by the goddess herself, and then Zhongli just throws a corpse on this beautiful ceremony. What a jerk. I hope he loses money. Unfortunately, Ningguang is convinced that there's a killer among the people who did nothing but stand there, and the Millilith is convinced that their god, who used to throw giant rock spears across their country to form an island, was vulnerable to any of these losers. And yes, Ether and Paimon included. We sneak our way out flawlessly.
I forgot this existed. I definitely forgot I had to do this. Run! Run, Ether! Run like the wind. What, you can't see me? I'm under the thing. Oh, bullshit! What kind of eyesights do you have?
But Ether gets his ass caught for being dumb, and we end up in a corner even though we have our glider here to get out of this situation. But you know, just ignore that, I guess, because the husbando shows up, saving our asses with a mere 2-star seasoned hunter's bow, and then use his cool water blades to scatter the enemies. His name is Child. Yeah, we're not gonna call him that. We'll call him, we'll just call him Hank. So Hank saves us from the danger we probably could have handled ourselves, tells us he's a part of the Fatui Harbingers, which doesn't affect us even though the Fatui Harbingers smacked Venti and kicked him, because no matter what you say, Venti deserved that, and it was funny. So Hank thinks our goddess and her lackeys were responsible for the corpse Zhongli just threw from the sky, so he tells us to seek the illuminated adeptis, Zhongli's magic pets. We first meet Mooncarver, this green deer thing, tell him about the corpse, and he says, "Preposterous." We then move on to the Mountain Shaper, who has fun putting amber mines all over his territory. We meet this guy from Hu Tao's trailer, and he begs us to save his brother, who accidentally stepped on the amber mine. Yeah, because I also accidentally killed Timmy's pigeons. I was willing to comply, but he called me this maniac's messengers, which now I think Hu Tao did the right thing by burning this guy to a crisp. We then go ahead to save his brother, but I forgot which amber his brother was locked in, so I patiently unlocked them one by one, which ended up being the very last one. Fucking Mountain Shaper, you fucking wacko. How many mines did you plant? Anyways, after saving them, they treat us like saints and leave with a real dirty end note by calling us the messengers of a psychopath who loves living alone, doing nothing while the conqueror of demons is fighting his ass off. Next up, we have the Cloud Retainer, the high quality bridge architect that's also condescending to humans, who is only able to build wooden ones. You know what I'm calling her? Timmy's pigeons. She just talks shit, so we move on to the largest treehouse in Tavat. Funny thing though, it seems like most people don't notice that the house is actually not on a tree. It's on a giant rock. The tree is part of the house. Oh, also, if you think you're the biggest simp for Xiao, think again, because the Liyue Qixing made this giant hotel on a rock just for him and send one of the Liyue Qixing just to monitor Xiao. Anyways, we meet cool guy Xiao. He just leaves. We return to Hank. He tells us about Exuvia, which means prime of the adepti, but afterwards, we just refer to Exuvia as a fancy name for the corpse Zhongli just threw out of the window. Hank dare thinks Ningguang and her Chad waifus are scheming some shit because he thinks they're doing something weird with the corpse. God, I hope not. So he introduces us to the very guy who made the corpse, Zhongli, the Chad Liyue Daddy. We also go through this filler quest where Zhongli makes a shot for things that most of us don't care about, verify their quality in such an unnecessary way, especially when the man could have made this from nothing. We pay for the guy who invented money. Then Hank comes in with the money he pulled from the bank of his fan base. Since this was provided by his fan base, I decided to spend this wisely nicely so that the fanbase doesn't write mean comments, but I'm expecting a huge complaint with a name change. After we spend Hank's money, we are then assigned to grab some incense at the Boo Boo Pharmacy. We meet this adorable little victim of Zhongli's magic pets. We ask for incense, but she asks us for cocoa milk, the milk from the adepti beast, Cocoa Goat, the prime of adeptis. Never heard of this adepti beast, but we go try and get one anyway, cause that's super logical. We head to the Guizhong Ballista to find a Cocoa Goat. I probably would have gone to the Jade Palace, but I guess that's fine. The ballista was broken, so we grab some spare parts, and Zhongli fixes it with no problem. Then this side character, Freckle Huang, comes in talking shit to the mighty Geo Archon, who rained down rocks to destroy every threat he witnessed, but ended up having to deal with a more severe punishment of becoming Mona Lisa's Moan Toy, and now I understand how wrong that sounds as I'm reading it. Anyways, we go back to Chi-Chi and tell her that we couldn't find Ganyu. Baizu, the character who's probably going to be released 2 years later, shows up and tells Chi-Chi that Cocoa Goat isn't real. Then Chi-Chi just goes Sag mode, and we finally purchase the incense. But we were told that it was worth 2 million mora. Okay, first of all, holy shit, that's expensive. And Zhongli, time to cough up some mora, bro. Literally cough it out of your mouth. Unfortunately, Hank comes in with his fan base money, then pays for the incense that wasn't worth its price. Then we get a little sneak peek on Hank's sus side. Since Zhongli was so upset about how he had to pay for mostly everything, especially when he's the money producing machine, he tells us he's going to buy us dinner. Finally, we agree to his terms and go eat, and then we listen to this beautiful story about the high and mighty Ningguang and her enormous Jade Palace. Bet you can't make that, Timmy's pigeon. After an immersive storytelling experience, Miss Cocoa Goat comes in and informs us that Ningguang has invited us to her Jade Palace. Whippity dippity, I'm getting late on that yippity is what I would say, but that's where I'm gonna end the video, because otherwise the video would be way too long. So hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for the next episode of the F2Pain series. If you want the raw experience, then I want to let you know that I stream my progress for this F2Pain series, so you can always join in if you like. We also have a Discord server. All the links are in the description below. Other than that, guys, have an amazing day. Bye-bye.